Hello students, in this video we will learn about the SQL query, how to write SQL query. We just open the REPL site repl.com and sign in using your credentials, then create REPL. We need to select SQLite, then give certain name, then create REPL file. So it will lead to the coding part. Here we are having main.sql. In the middle section we need to write our queries, and here we will have output section. So in order to run different SQL query, first we need to create table. For that we are having command create table. If it does not exist, so if not exist products, then suppose product ID, then what's the type of this variable? It's integer. Then what's the product name? This is the second attribute. It should be the data type of text. What is the product supplier? So it will have the text data type again. What is the category of this product? That is category ID. That should be int again, and then semicolon. So once I'll execute this command, it will create table inside the file. Okay, so now I'm going to insert values in table. So this is the command section comment. So I don't want to execute in the by the compiler, so I will make control slash. So by 2 hyphen values it will make this line unexecutable. So now I'm going to insert values having query insert into the table name. What's the table name here? It's a products. Then I'll copy all these product name because I'll have to type again and again. So I just paste it here and remove the data type, because I have already given the data type while creating the table, so I don't need to type it again. So it's just giving the sequence of the features. Then I'll write values and then parenthesis and give the certain values. Like first it is product ID, so it is 001. Its product name, let's say it's a shoe. Then its product supplier, let's say Bata. Then its category, let's say it's retail. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, so respective features are matching here. Similarly I'll add one more data here. It's having ID 002. It's having, so I will have to give the codes inside these along with these string values, else it will put error on the screen. So the fourth one is category ID, so I'll give 154, any number. So 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So first one is integer, I have given integer value here. Second and third are text, so I have given string values here. Then fourth is integer, so I have given some integer values here. Again, suppose it's kind of bag in the second data, and who is supplier here? I'll just give, let's say, leather, comma, any arbitrary values, then semicolon. Okay, so I have given drawn spelling name of values. So no error means it had just inserted the values. Now retrieve all the values from the table. So I'm going to make it command and write select query, select star from select star from, so just type, it will give products class table name suggestion. Okay, so I have two data here, two rows here, so it will just giving two rows on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to comment this line again. Why? Because this time I'm going to create one more table using the same query. Create second table. Alright, so now I am having this product name, instead of I will have customer detail. So what's the customer ID? What's the customer name? What's the customer address? Alright, and what's the customer, okay, address underscore CUST, and what's the customer contact number. So I'll just create it. Similarly, I'll just insert value and just copy the data, Control C, and just paste it here. So this time I'm going to insert into customer table, so I'll write customer only, and I'll paste all these features column values here in order to insert the values inside the customer table. So this time I don't need to type it again, so I'll just copy and paste it here, because you will have the spelling error. So this is the shortcut that we are copying the values here. Okay, so this time I will change few values here, like 25, and then what's the customer ID? That is 25. Customer name, let's say Sachin. Then what's the address here? Say it's Bangalore. What's the contact number? Let's say give any contact number. And what's the second ID? Let's say 45. What's the address? This time it's a Kerala. And again, what's the customer address? Okay, it's a customer name, so I'll have to give some name here. It's Jyoti, and here the Kerala is the address of second customer. So give some value of contact number. So now I'm going to insert these values. Okay, so so insert values, customer name, I'm going to remove that colon. Okay, then going to print all these. So this time I am going to run again, select star from customer. So this time it will print all the values of second table. So now I am going to print all these parameters from both the tables. Select star from products and then select a star from table. Okay, it will asking for semicolon error. Okay, I'm going to run this query now. I'm first two rows belong to customer table and third and fourth rows are belong to product table. Okay, so now I'm going to count, select count. What is the how many attributes are there with customer ID? From which table? Customer ID belong to customer table, so I will write customer only. Alright, so here it just printed 2. Alright, because we are having 2 rows from that customer ID. Similarly, we can find out the average. What is the fourth column here? That is the ID. We can find out the average with the help of AVG formula. Alright, so we can find out, like, select star. I'm going to command all these sections and going to select star, then from which table? From product table. Okay, let's say from customer table, where customer name not like quotes S, capital S, and then percentage. Then order by customer ID ASC. So what is the meaning of this query? First let's run this query, then we will have. So this query means the name which is not starting from S. This percentage is having the S query, S name, and it will not have the first value as S, the customer name, and it will print the ascending order on the screen. Okay, so in order to print the descending order, so I'll just type DESC. Okay, so here I just change the ascending order to descending order, and percentage S means the S Sachin is going to start with S and not is here, which means I don't want to print the name which is starting from S. Alright, so now I'm going to print which is going to name which is going to starting with S, capital S. So this time it's going to print Sachin, not Jyoti, because this S is going to start with like. It needs customer name like. Order by means ascending or descending order. Okay, so I'm just removing this query where and order by. Okay, so instead of customer ID I just print the customer ID, so it's descending order here. So 45 first, 25 next. Instead of DSC I just write ASC, which means ascending order. This time 25 will come first and 45 will come next. Now let's have crystal clear vision of this ascending and descending order. I'll just give few more values with 85 with some name of like Vipin, then address of the Vipin like it's UP, then the contact number of Vipin, let's say some contact number value here, and I'm going to print inside the ascending order. Alright, so so there would be some error. Okay, I have not included comma here, so it's showing error. So now I have given the ascending order of the customer values. First Sachin, which is having 25, 45 and 85. Now let's change DESC in the descending order. So I'm going to change in the descending order 85, 45 and 25. So this is the characteristics of descending and ascending order. Okay, so now alright, where C dot, what is the customer attributes? Is customer ID. So customer IDs are 25, 45 and 85. Alright, so I want to print all these customer IDs, those are having greater than, and I'm going to comment this section. Those are having greater than equal to 45 values here. Okay, so now it will print only those values which is having customer ID greater than and equal to 45. Okay, similarly this is the aliasing value, because I have, instead of customer whole name, I have just given customer as C. Now I can give customer as C, alright, with inner join with two tables. And what's the name of second table? It's product. So customer is the first table and products is the second table, and I am giving this alias name as P. So where customer name is greater than equal to 45 and P dot, where P is belonging to products. So what are the attributes of product here? It's a product supplier. So product supplier is shoes. 1, 2, 3, it's Bata and leather. Okay, so I'm just give product supplier is equal to Bata. Okay, so I'm going to comment this section by control slash and then select two values. Alright, so it's having P dot customer name. Okay, so I can change the customer supplier 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I can give like supplier, I just change underscore values here and then change underscore value here, and because it gives underscore value error, P underscore, let's give values. Okay, So I'm going to give 2 equal to, okay, so okay, so where cp underscore and operator would be there. Okay, so it's showing like how many data is there which is having shoe and bata and having the p dot supplier and customer id greater than or equal to 45. So in this query so many things I have been used, like alias name first table, alias name of second table, the customer id which is having greater than equal to 45, and the customer bata. Okay, so it's showing the customer